Hello and welcome. Welcome again to another Kidmin Training to Go. My name is Mark Kilcoyne. I am the Children's Ministries Director here in the Wisconsin Northern Michigan Ministries Network. We're glad that you're with us tonight. Tonight we're going to have a great night. We're going to be talking about remodeling our Kidmin Space. And we have a couple of panelists who have joined with us tonight. And we have a guest speaker. So I'm going to bring them on here. And oh yeah, here they are. They're all here. Welcome, guys. How are you?
Hello. Good.
We're all in our home, looks like home spaces to me, or office space looks like for Joe up there.
Home space.
We have a couple of panelists on with us right now, and we may have another one join us in a few minutes. I'll have Renee Pilsing. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and where you serve and kind of the Kidmin spaces that you have for kids ministry.
Okay, Renee Pilsing. I am the family ministries pastor at Calvary Church in Marinette, Wisconsin. I was formerly a children's pastor for 9 years, 1 year in St. Louis and about 8 years in Green Bay. Then I went off to do some other ministerial venues overseas and am also traveling around as evangelist. But one of the things that I was really excited about tonight is to get input for our Kidmin Space. We have, as maybe many other churches have, we meet in Sunday mornings. Our children's church, called King's Kids for now, is a multi-purpose space. And so we use it on Sunday mornings for children's church. But also an hour previous to that is Sunday school for the adult Sunday school class. And immediately when it's over, we tear down the tables and set up the chairs to make it useful for King's Kids. Also, it's used on Wednesday nights for the adult Bible study group and special events. And that could be from anything from baby showers to special intercessory prayer meetings or living free meetings and things of that nature. So it's a multi-purpose room that we're trying to make the most of. And I actually have 3 different pictures all ready for you, Joe, to give us your wisdom and your input. I have incredible leaders that help to decorate this, and they are incredibly creative, but really looking for a backdrop that is Disney type material that can also be like on wheels, that can be moved and put in a condensed space. So that's what we have as far as working with our Kidmin Space on Sunday mornings.
Great. Thank you, Renee. And then we also have Tim Hartwell with us. And maybe, Tim, you could introduce yourself and talk about your Kidmin Space.
My name is Tim Hartwell. I am at Family of Christ in Clintonville, Wisconsin. I've been there since November. So this is a new ministry for me. Previous to that, I was in Portage, Wisconsin for 12 years. And it was really nice. I had a dedicated space in Portage, and the pastor gave me free reign in that space, an education wing. It was very nice that I was able to do that. This new church, however, I am in the youth room right now. We are not doing youth ministries. It is a large space. It has a little cafe in it, like a youth cafe, and we sell snacks and things out of there as well. It's got a nice stage, sound system, and everything. But right now, it's decked out like a youth room. It screamed the youth room. You know what I mean? Moving forward, I want to turn it into a multi-purpose space where youth and kids can use it. So we want to design it with colors that can use both one going, oh, this is a kid's room, oh, this is a youth room. And so we want to use the colors and things in there that we both can use and both feel good. Other areas that I'm in a very, very large building. It was an old Pick and Saves building.
No.
So we got gobs of space. So the Rangers have got their own room. Impact Girls have got their own room. We're working on a toddler nursery area, family room area right now. That's about 4 weeks away from being finished. And so space is not an issue. It's just designing it so it fits the purpose of the people who are coming to our church, and also so my team could feel that this is their place, this is their space, and they could take possession of it and go, "This is mine."
Great. Thank you, Tim. So we are going to talk and tackle maybe some of your space a little bit later. But first, I want to introduce you all to Joe Bridger. Joe is the lead pastor in Abbotsford Northridge Church. I think it's been just over a year now. Joe, is that?
Yeah, about a year and a half. In June, it'll be a year and a half. They voted me in January, and so no, I know it was December. Sorry, December. So yeah, year and a half.
So year and a half. Joe is a former kids pastor. He's pastored in large churches and small churches, and he's going to talk maybe a little bit about his experience with that. He's been a presenter at the Children's Pastors Conference in various places throughout our country, and we're glad to have him here with us tonight to talk about remodeling your Kidmin Space. And I think, Joe, we're going to let you kind of maybe tell us a little bit about who you are more and maybe some of that. And when you're done with that, if you could tackle the whole idea of why should we even care about the space? Why is the space important? And why do we need to remodel that space? So I'll give Joe the floor.
Thanks, Mark. Yeah, so I started out years ago, 21 years ago, and I started out in youth ministry and realized pretty quickly I was a horrible youth pastor. And, I just wasn't very good at it because I was trying to do what everybody had said to do. And then I started realizing that God had anointed me and called me into children's ministry. I'd worked in aftercare programs in college and daycare programs and boys and girls clubs and all those sorts of things. And I started going in the direction of children's ministry. And some of my well-meaning friends said, "You're going the wrong way." And I said, "Not if it's God." And I continued on and spent 15 years in children's ministry and got a master's degree in children's and family ministry from Bethel Seminary in St. Paul, Minnesota. But I always found myself in these scenarios where, for whatever reason, I came in and nothing had changed, nothing had been remodeled, nothing had been fixed. Programs had sat there for 20, 30 years. Volunteers were screaming, "This needs to change," and they felt like they weren't being listened to. And I came in and I did what I call the heavy lifting. There are folks who do the maintaining, and they're great at it, and they're there for, kids pastors and children's ministry leaders and Christian education directors for 20, 30 years, and they do a great job, and they're maintainers. And then someone like me would come in and say, "Okay, let's fix this, let's adjust this, let's throw away the stuff, let's clean out the spaces, let's wash the walls, let's put down some new carpet, let's fix the lighting, let's address the things that people have noticed for a long time but nobody ever seems to want to address." Do the heavy lifting. And then it's amazing how once you have a clean, functional environment and you've prayed and you've sought God, the volunteers get excited, energized. They want to see what God can do in the space. They jump on board. It's like a bandwagon, and they want to go ahead and be a part of what God is doing in the space. And amazingly, the thing would double, and then we'd move on to the next broken, messed up place. And we did that for 15 years until God called us into senior pastoring. So, yeah.